Recently, I have discovered that Costco.com has cruelty-free and vegan makeup that you can buy online that you can't find in the warehouses. And they have brands that we all know and love, and some that I've personally never heard of before. So I recently placed a haul and ordered some things from brands I've heard of, brands I haven't, and we're going to go ahead and give them a try and see what we think and see if purchasing makeup from Costco.com is worth it. So the first thing we're going to try is this Dear Dahlia collection, and this came with 2 liquid blushes and a shadow stick. So it's $35.99 for the 3 items, so that averages out to about $12 a piece for each item, which is reasonable, very reasonable, but of course we want to make sure they work. Again, these are cruelty-free and vegan, and this is a brand I had never heard of before. There was only 1 review online, but it did have 5 stars. So we have the Barely and Dreamy shades in the liquid blush, and then we have a mauve pink shade in the shadow stick. So I already have my base makeup on, but let's go ahead and apply the blushes. But before we pick a color, let's check them both out. So first we're gonna start with the Dreamy. And this paper packaging does also say it's printed with soy ink, so I do see that they have a nod to sustainability here, which is always nice. Here is what that blush looks like, and I like this package. It feels nice and weighty. What a pretty color we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch it. You can see it's kind of like a lipstick applicator. We've got that sponge tip applicator. Let's just apply it to the hand. So it's pretty bright, but it also has a very thin and quite watery consistency, so hopefully that will be easy to blend out. Again, this was the color Dreamy. I also want to swatch the color Barely, which I have right here, so let's check that out too and see how they compare. So all of the shipping and handling at Costco.com is included in the price of the makeup, so you don't have to pay for that on top of it. And all of the products came pretty quickly. And here is the shade Barely, a much lighter kind of nude pink. So we'll swatch this one, and I do think it looked like this is perhaps a K-beauty brand, but I'm not positive. And I didn't do any more research than what they had online at Costco.com. There was a lot of information available to check out, and there was even some videos and how it looked on different people, different models, different skin types. So it looked like it was good. As it's drying down, the Barely is already kind of disappearing, but why don't we try one color on each cheek. And then we also have the shadow stick here, so let's just check out what that looks like too. The Barely shade definitely would be suited towards light skin tones. Apply to eyes, it says. So this is the Perfect Designing shadow stick. Nice little metallic packaging. This one's a little more lightweight. I do like the packaging of the blush better. This feels a little a little cheap, a little light. I wish it was a little heftier, but that's all right. Here's what it looks like. It's just your standard eyeshadow stick, but you can see there. And then the color, what a funny swatch I made of V. That's a nice mauve pink. It had more color than I was expecting, so that's great. I do always love a nice, easy shadow stick, so I am excited to try that out for a quick, like, one and done makeup look. It's always nice to have. The last shadow stick that I bought was from Milani, and it Oh, this actually has like a little bit of glitter and shimmer in it. It has like glitter particles too. So that's nice. I like that. The shadow stick that I had from Milani was I bought it and it was already like dried out and it just like fell out. So I thought it was okay, but then it did that thing where it dries up and falls out like before you even get to use it. So and then you try to put it back in and it just keeps falling out, which also happened to my Merit complexion stick. And that one I actually did. That's the only foundation I think I've ever returned ever. I returned that to Sephora because even on the first application it just fell out, which I do have that. I caught that on film, so I can link that. But I am not having good luck with stick formulations, so hopefully this will be better. Let's go ahead and apply this blush. I'll try one on each side. I'll start with the Barely first. Now, with liquid blush, you can either apply it right to the cheek or apply it to the hand. Sometimes with the formulations, they don't spread out very well, or they kind of lift your makeup, or they stain your cheek. But I'm just curious, so I'm gonna try this first side to apply it directly to the face, and then the other one I'll apply to the hand and then to the face. So I'm just gonna put some dots on. Okay, so we put some dots on. It's not really showing up that much. And then I'm going to blend it out with a BK Beauty 108 brush and see what we end up with. It's blending out very easily. The color's pretty, but it doesn't show up very much. It's definitely giving me a no makeup look. We could apply a little more. It's barely there. You can kind of see it, but especially blending, it's really disappearing. I will say it didn't seem to lift up my makeup underneath, which is nice. So let's apply a little bit more and see how it builds. Of course, I have light skin, but I know there are, and I do have olive undertones to it too. I can get some color, some tan, but I know there are people with fairer skin tones than me that this might actually show up a little better on, but I'm not particularly, I'm still very light, so you have to be quite fair for it to show up on you. It built up decently. It kind of reminds me actually of the Merit blush, not the formulation, but the Merit Flush Stick blush. Just that you can keep layering it to get some more color, but it's still very much a no makeup look. A very natural flush. But it's pretty. I can see myself using it for very light makeup days. It will probably show up even more alone. Like if I didn't have a foundation, it would probably be fine. But I don't think it's lifting the foundation underneath, and I was able to build it up a little bit, so that's actually quite nice. So there's no blush. No blush on this side, and that's what the blush looks like on this side. On camera, I can look, it's like in my viewfinder, it's even less visible than in person, but in person it's got the faintest hint, but pretty. And as someone with dry skin, like I have, I love a liquid blush or a cream blush as well, because it doesn't add any more dryness to my skin. So it's always nice to get a little more moisture to the skin. This one I'm going to go ahead and apply to my hand and then pick it up with the brush. And this was the color Dreamy. So right off the bat, this has a bit more color, and I really like this color. It's pretty. It feels kind of bubblegum Barbie pink on the hand, but it doesn't come off too pink as a blush. I think it's very pretty. Apply a little bit more, see how we can build it up. I think either directly on the face or from the brush onto the face, both work for the application. Let's see if we can build it up a little bit more. Definitely got more on this time. So we'll see how it blends out when you build it up. And definitely building it gives more color. So that's always nice that you can choose your level of pigmentation. And it's, again, not lifting the foundation base underneath. It's really quite user-friendly. This is a great, especially for a beginner, or if you're a beginner to liquid blush, which I can sometimes be a bit tricky depending on the formula. I think this one's really beginner friendly and I like this a lot. Of course, we'll have to see how it wears throughout the day, but I like this color a lot. And I like the formula a lot too. Great for someone with dry skin. So there we go, that's the color Dreamy. Let's move on to the shadow stick. I have a little bit of foundation on my eyes, but I don't have a base down other than that, and I am just going to try it without a base because I feel like these products are kind of a more minimal, no makeup look, and it doesn't, this type of tool, this type of formula, to me doesn't warrant putting down some sort of primer because it feels too fussy for something as simple as the eyeshadow stick. So I do just want to try it without anything underneath. So with an eyeshadow stick, you always can kind of use it as like a thick, chubby eyeliner, or you can go across the whole lid. I'm kind of just starting off as the eyeliner to get a feel for it, but I am gonna eventually bring it up the lid, the full lid. So there's kind of an eyeliner. Let's go apply it higher. I like to go right up to the crease without going into the crease. And then take a finger and blend it, or take an eyeshadow brush and blend it. This is a BK Beauty 202 brush, and I'm just gonna use this to blend it out. I think this also gives kind of the appearance of no makeup look, or very, very little makeup, very natural makeup look, because it is a bit pink. It's not that it's unnatural looking, but it does look, you know, it looks like makeup because your eyes are usually not quite that shade of pink. So it looks like a little bit of color on your face, and the shade matches really well with the blushes that were in this set. So it is a really complementary shade to those blushes. So I think that all three shades work very well together, and all three give you quite a natural look. For me, the Dreamy blush was a little bit amped up. So, you know, it depends on what you're looking for, of course, in your makeup. I feel like I didn't get quite it doesn't look like the same amount of product on this eye. So let's add a little bit more. But it depends on, you know, what kind of makeup look you're going for, of course. But oftentimes we have different times that we are looking for different things. So I can absolutely see this coming in handy on quick, easy no makeup days. Great for traveling. I love a shadow stick for traveling, throwing in your makeup bag. And the liquid blushes would be great for that as well. So here is what the eyeshadow looks like up close. It does have just a bit of glitter and shimmer in it. It's nice, it's natural, it's light. It doesn't seem to build up very much on the eye. It doesn't seem like I can get too much. Of course, I'm blending it out, and if I didn't blend, you get a little more impact from it. But I also think if I don't blend it out, it will tend to crease up a little bit. But it doesn't really build up too much. You could get a little more color, but not too much. But overall, again, I think it's a great option for a no makeup look, a quick one and done look when you just need to quickly pop some makeup on, a quick on the go look. These would travel easily. So I think that those are really nice for that. The blush has a nice glow to it. It has a nice luminosity. It's not too glowy, but you do get a little bit of that reflectivity. So I think that's really nice. Overall, just based off of first impressions, I really like both of these products. I don't think I would have found this brand if it wasn't for Costco.com. So I'm super happy that I found some of these products to try and that they worked out. I've got some more to try in upcoming videos, but this one I would say was a win. The price point is right. I definitely will report back and let you know my continued thoughts on them, but so far these are a win for me, and I will plan on playing with these in the future. If you want to see the other products that I tried, come on back for more videos. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more cruelty-free and vegan beauty content here at Unfiltered Makeup. I will see you soon in a new video, but until then, take care of yourself.